Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week. This is for November 2021. We're going to jump right in here, and we are going to look at your general energies for the month in the first row. We're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you in your second row. We're going to look at any messages from your guides in your next row. And then we are going to look at how to have the best possible outcome in your last row. This looks pretty good already here, Scorpio. So let's see what is going on for you at this time. I'm also using the Wheel of the Year Tarot, if you're wondering what deck this is. But let's see here, Scorpio. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You start off here with this Soulmates card. So I do feel clearly there could be love coming in for you here. You do have the Three of Swords here, but you have the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. So I feel for some of you that there could be love coming in for you. And even look at this. In this, in your first diagonal, even though there's an extra row here, you have the High Priestess, Four of Wands, Ace of Cups, like marriage. So for some of you, I feel that there is clearly marriage or love with marriage potential coming in for you. Just because you get the Four of Wands doesn't mean you're definitely going to get married to a person, but it could represent a deep commitment or meeting a person that you could commit to if you wanted to in the future. So that's kind of like what I get here. Definitely could be a soulmate coming in for you. You have the Three of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the High Priestess here. Could obviously be a Pisces with the High Priestess here that you're dealing with. Could be any sign coming in for you. To me, the Page of Cups really is just a general admirer. To me, it's just a person in general that you are attracted to. could be any sign, right? Doesn't really matter. So I do feel like there is just love coming in for you here, Scorpio, and I feel like it'll make you very happy, especially if you've experienced some sort of heartbreak. The High Priestess, she normally has a crown on her head. It kind of represents a waxing, full, waning moon, the three stages of the moon, and it represents the fact that she sees the kind of like the beginning, middle, and end of pretty much everything that she is dealing with. And that's kind of like how I feel for you. I'm even noticing there are these three birds, two owls and a crow right here on the top of the Three of Swords. So it's almost like I feel like you need to trust your intuition, but I also feel like you are kind of seeing maybe the beginning, middle, and end of a situation before it even happens. So definitely trust your intuition at this time. I need more clarity in this first row, so I'm going to clarify all the rows, but definitely need more in this one. With the Three of Swords, I would definitely protect yourself of anyone from the past. For whatever reason, I even feel like this right here, this middle row here is talking about your past for some reason. You have the Page of Cups, Four of Wands, Two of Swords, Nine of Cups. It's almost like you were in some sort of dream, or maybe, on a very deep level, you could have almost been entranced by a person from the past. For whatever reason, I feel like you need to either protect yourself from this person, not that they're going to do something to you or anything like that, Scorpio. I just feel like, it's kind of like a trap. So if someone is like trying to come back into your life from the past, I feel like this person is just, maybe can't let you go, or maybe you can't let them go or something. But I do almost feel like a past situation could be preventing you from moving forward. So I'd be careful of that. With the Page of Cups here, you have the Six of Swords. Like I said, moving forward, moving on to calmer shores, I would definitely move away from the past here with that Page of Cups as well. And with the High Priestess, you have the Nine of Cups, wishes, wish fulfillment. You have the Nine of Cups over here as well. So I would definitely make a wish at this time for whatever it is that you are hoping for. For some reason, like the outcome is very important to me in your reading. But I mean for you, I feel like you have a certain outcome that you desire to have in your life, and I feel like you need to focus on it very, very closely, or it's almost like I see you needing to like really just like become very, very narrow in your focus. I think sometimes we look at that as a bad thing, but not always true, right? If we're doing it for short periods of time, or if we're doing it to maybe manifest things in our life or to create something, I feel like having a narrow focus isn't necessarily a bad thing, if we're, if it's, as long as it doesn't, control our life in some way. But I'm getting that here. Again, I feel like the outcome is important. We'll look into that. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have the brown bear spirit. This card says take time out. So maybe some of you need to rest, relax, recover, heal, take time for yourself. I'm surprised the Four Swords isn't here, but again, maybe some of you just need to take some time to heal, and that could be unexpected because maybe you weren't expecting it. You have the Seven of Swords, Four of Wands, and Knight of Swords. I definitely get this feeling that, again, in the past, you could have been dealing with a person where maybe you thought it was going to lead to marriage and like things didn't work out. So I feel like some of you have dealt with that in the past. And, maybe you felt like the decision was a little rushed on the other person's part, but I kind of get the sense that you're moving forward here. For the most part, I feel like what's unexpected as well is that you could be accomplishing something or finishing something up very quickly. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I do feel like some of you, what's unexpected is you could be ending a relationship or finishing up a relationship very quickly this month or suddenly this month with the Four of Wands. It's a good card, marriage, but at the same time, it's almost like there's something bigger coming in for you here in your reading. So some of you might kind of be expecting this, so maybe it's not that big of a surprise, but for others, I feel like this is kind of like some sort of finish line. Again, I look at the Four Wands. Normally it's two wands, two wands. There's the like garland, in the middle, and it kind of represents finishing something up or wrapping something up, and that's kind of like what I get here for you. The Seven of Swords could be, lying, cheating, stealing. So some of you could be dealing with that with a person. I get more, what I would say here, though, with this Knight of Swords as well, the Seven of Swords is like a lone wolf, and especially with the Knight of Swords. So you could be dealing with a person who is like a little bit too much of a lone wolf. They, want to do things on their own. They want to be alone in general, which never works, right? So some of you could be dealing with that. For others, I feel like this is you being a lone wolf on something like a project or a business, right? And so why is this important? Let's figure it out here, Scorpio, and ask why it's important. Yeah, you have the Devil here. I would definitely be careful of any liar, cheater, stealer, especially if they're coming back from the past. For others, I feel like you're just taking your energy back here. The Devil says, like, you do not have to be bound to a person or a situation that is sucking you dry. To me, the Devil, he has these bat wings, and it kind of reminds me of like an energy vampire. But an energy vampire doesn't have to just be a person. It could be a job. It could be something that is stealing your soul. And I feel like some of you are walking away. With the Four Wands, you have the Justice card. Again, I feel like there could be a truth coming out here for some of you. That could be what's unexpected, is that you're learning the truth about a past person. I feel like you always knew the truth, is what I would say here. High Priestess, it's like you knew that something wasn't right in a love situation. So if someone's coming back, like I was saying earlier, it's like I feel like you knew the truth already. And with the Knight of Swords, you have the Three of Wands. Yeah, it's like, what are you waiting for? It's kind of like a weird route. I feel weird about this route because in some ways, like I feel you kind of were holding on to a past person. Now you're getting the truth and you're just like running away here with this energy. But that's not a bad thing. It's like you're cutting the person out. So like you're running away from it in a good way, right? But I feel like you always knew. It's like this to me is a confirmation reading. It's like you already know the answer. The moon, the High Priestess, she sees the beginning, the middle, and the end. So it's like you knew all along, but, sometimes I think we choose not to look at it for whatever reason. Next, in the area of messages from our guides, you have this Awakening the Genius card. I feel like you are waking up to your own like inner genius here, Scorpio, and this could be a good thing. I like this a lot. I almost feel like this is energy from your guides. I feel like they're guiding you and pushing you towards something bigger and better. They're pulling you away from things that steal energy from you in general. So I really feel you are being like divinely guided at this time here, Scorpio, towards something much better for you. You have the Ace of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles here. It's like I look at this as a situation that isn't a waste of time right here, because the Ace of Cups is like the water is normally flowing out into the water, but it's filling itself back up. The Ace of Cups is a self-filling cup. It's capable of providing its own energy, basically. It comes from an infinite source. The hand of God can just reach down, fill that cup right back up with the pool right below it, right? So I feel for a lot of you that like your guides are pulling you away from situations that steal and are putting you into situations where you can just constantly fill yourself back up with the cup and you don't have to worry about anything. It's going to require you to make some sort of change here with the Two of Swords. And the Two of Pentacles here, Also talks about work. So I feel for some of you, it's like your guides are pushing you towards things that might like pull you outside of comfort zones with the Two of Swords. I feel like your guides are pulling you towards situations that maybe require a little bit more work than you're used to, but at the same time, I feel like it is a much better situation for you to be in than what you normally get in. I feel like this is very big picture. I don't really feel like this is just talking about love. I feel like that's one part of this here, Scorpio. I feel like it's talking about your whole entire life. I see you more earning things as well, or like feeling like things are more earned, if that makes sense. Like, it's like if we just like win the lottery, for example, and get a bunch of money, it wouldn't mean as much as if you worked your ass off for like 10 years and to get a bunch of money, right? And so it's like there's something about value here. It's like things are starting to, it's almost like things are starting to mean more, or things have more value is what I'm getting here on the Two of Pentacles. And again, I don't really know why that's important. I do know why that's important, because again, it feels better when you earn something, right? And you value it more. But for whatever reason, it's popping into my head from your guide. So there you go. With the Two of Cups, with the Ace of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. There you go. Two of Cups is you and your higher self. So I really feel you're kind of connecting with your higher self as well. But could be attracting solid love. Probably, I feel like I said this to you recently in one of your recent readings, because you have the Two of Cups. I'm pretty sure it was you. Two of Cups is like, these people are meant to look very different on the Two of Cups. They're meant to look like two totally different people. So it could be someone who is different than what you are normally used to dating. With the Two of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords here. So I wouldn't rush here with the Two of Swords. I would definitely be making changes, though. The Knight of Swords, he kind of builds momentum as well. So if you're making a change, put your heart and soul into it. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is, I know what this is. I would say, I do not move towards this, Two of Swords, which is indecision, clashing swords, fighting, not being able to come to an agreement with something. I feel like you need to move towards things that bring you joy, happiness, and a desire with the Knight of Wands. This could be in any area of your life. You could have a job where you're fighting, or you're experiencing, a place where you can't come to agreements. There's somewhere else, is what your guides want you to know, where everybody just agrees, or where there's, where people hear each other out and come to positive, agreements, or positive conclusions, whatever you want to call it. So I feel for a lot of you, this is your guides like saying, move more towards your joy, move more towards your bliss. Finally, in the area of how to have the best possible outcome this month, you have this card here. It says, keep it in check. Pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly. Knight of Swords. Didn't you have the Knight of Swords twice? Yeah, Knight of Swords right here. Or missing important details. So obviously pay attention to the details. Don't rush anything that you're dealing with. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Justice card, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Swords. I would definitely make a wish at this time. I feel like you will be manifesting wishes, or manifesting things that you wish for very, very quickly. So I definitely like to see that with this card for sure. But I would just use your powers of manifestation, whatever you want to call it, to get what you want with the Nine of Cups here. You also have this Justice card, Four of Pentacles. Again, I feel like where you are is cold. Like, look, over here, it's cold. Where you could be going is nice and warm. So I feel like for some of you, this is saying, like, let go of something that you thought you had. The Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to something, but, it might not be good for you. This is a card of the miser, holding on to what you have, but you could have more. Or you could have something better, a better experience. Even the Five of Swords is saying walk away. So, and it's coming up in this diagonal here with the Seven of Swords and Devil. So I would definitely walk away from any toxic energy that you're dealing with here, Scorpio. But let's see. Here you have the Two of Pentacles here. Yeah, Two of Pentacles is a card of balance. Again, I feel like you're entering into this situation here, which is a life with more balance. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. I feel like some of you could be wishing for healing. Three of Swords is also about forgiveness as well. So, forgiving anyone from the past is always a good idea. And with the Five of Swords, you have the Five of Wands. Look at, this is like conflict right here. Devil, Seven of Swords, Two of Swords, Knight of Swords, Five of Wands, Five of Swords. A lot of conflict in this situation. There's also conflict in this situation, but it's like more balanced. It's more focused on kind of moving away from a toxic or negative situation. So that's what I would say here. Again, this is how to have the best outcome this month. So it's not necessarily meant to be a negative row. And what I would say with that Five of Wands is this could be saying go on the adventure to learn something new. Five of Wands is like my card I call Indiana Jones. It says, Indiana Jones is about going on some sort of crazy adventure to get treasure. So I feel like it's saying like be open to going on the adventure. I definitely feel like there's like a soulmate coming in for you here, but it is going to require kind of like letting go of like a energy vampire type situation. It could also be a job as well. It doesn't even have to be a person, It's like if you're looking for love, but you're working 900 hours a week, it's going to be very difficult to have love. But looks pretty good here, Scorpio. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.